Going on, y'all? It's your boy AK Infinity, back at you with another hot one. We're gonna do something a little bit different today. As you can see, no intro, nothing extra, nothing too much extra. But wanted to talk about a topic that kind of goes unappreciated in the sports world, and that's growth. Sometimes we forget these athletes are also people. They're also people. So before I get into it though, hit that like button, leave a comment, join the conversation, and hit that subscribe button if you're feeling the content. Now, let's jump into it. We in here. So, as you know, we got a bunch of young guys on the team. We got our rookies, Cam Whitmore, Amin Thompson, kind of looking at how they've grown since the overtime league for Amin, since Villanova for Cam, to the summer league, to the G League, to earlier in the season, to now. And now they both are in the rotation, at least for the time being, and they're being productive. You could look at somebody like Tari Eason, who a year ago was the layup miss king or miss layup king. He'll get to that rim, but he gonna run out of talent as soon as he get there and miss the layup. Now he'll get that offensive rebound, but he gonna miss the putback too. He's not doing that as much this season, and he's also added a lot more basketball IQ. His reads are actually kind of underrated now. He still get tunnel vision from time to time, but no, he's coming out of that. He's a young guy. He's 22. Then also Jalen Green, going back from G League Ignite to the Summer League to rookie season, sophomore season to now. He's been kind of inconsistent this season. At least his jumper has, his shooting has, his finishing has at the rim. Coming off probably the worst stretch of basketball in his life relative to his expectations. The worst stretch of basketball I ever seen him play. Turnovers, missing bunnies at the rim, missing wide ass open 3-point shots, bad defense, to even in that stretch when he was shooting bad, his reads, you could tell he was making better offensive reads, his processing was better. You could tell he made a more of a concerted effort to rebound the ball. And he was still doing all that while still kind of struggling to score the ball. And then the scoring came back along. The dude is he's a born scorer. You know what I mean? He's a born scorer. So that was the last thing I had to worry about with him. But in the meantime, he still grew. And the rest of his game started to round out, even though the best part of his game was struggling. Then we get to Alperen Şengün. From Turkey to the Summer League, to rookie year, sophomore season, to now. This man went from fighting for a starting position with Bruno Fernando to possibly the NBA's most improved player this season. Possibly an all-star this season. We shall see. He's a go-to guy down the stretch. It's clear. He's the go-to guy down the stretch. You know what I mean? Who really can honestly say they saw that coming this season? If you say you did, either you a super fan and you really believed, or you a liar. And all of that brings me to Jabari Smith Jr. And his growth, more than just on the court, he's grown as a person. He's grown as a teammate. If you remember, in this fool's rookie season, and I say fool, Jabari my favorite Rocket, but I'm gonna poke at him a little bit. So if you remember as a rookie, homeboy was barking at players older than him when they was making mistakes, but he was making the most mistakes on the team. He was quite literally the worst player in the NBA. But, you know, through that growth process, he kind of started to clean some of that up towards the end of the season last year, which was good to see. Carry that on over to the Summer League this season. I can't remember exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of when they asked him, you know, why he decided to participate in Summer League. It was something along the lines of hey, I didn't like how my rookie season went. Coach Udoka kind of convinced me to, participate in summer league because I still got something to prove. It gives me a chance to work on my game, and it showed, man. But winning the summer league, this is how you can tell somebody's alright. When they go in the summer league and they look like they just way too good for summer league, and your team got to pull you because they're like, all right, we've seen enough, man. Stop abusing these people like that. Jabari was abusive in the summer league. You remember the game against the Pistons when he was playing against NBA players on the other team? That man said, "You can't guard me at all," to Jalen Duren, James Wiseman, and Isaiah Stewart. He was dicking them all down. Bad. So, fast forward to training camp, to start of the season. People say he started the season rough. He started it rough, but not the way that people are saying it. They're kind of conflating it a little bit. He started the season mostly bad from an IQ perspective. Not that he was lazy, not that he wasn't producing numbers exactly. His numbers wasn't just awesome, but they actually ended up getting better. And they're still getting better throughout the season, especially from a rebounding standpoint. But where he was struggling was from a basketball IQ standpoint, where he'd just make some bonehead mistakes. And we're just like, bruh, you got to pick it up, or fans gonna start rolling out their trade machine for you. And before you know it, he ended up getting benched for. Actually, he started to pick it up after their first 3 losses that we had in a row to start the season. He started to pick it up during their first 6-game win streak. He was picking it up then. But I remember he did get benched for Jeff Green down the stretch against 2 games. One against Denver Nuggets and another one against the New Orleans Pelicans. So apparently that ended up being one of the things that helped catapult him to, get better. How you respond from a low point is ultimately the mark of a man. And Jabari, the reason I kind of gravitate towards Jabari so much is because he reminds me a lot of myself. Like, he'll get real down on himself. He'll beat himself up because he knows better. He knows that he's capable of better. And he knows he just got to get it together in between the ears. He knows what he has to do to be who he ultimately knows he's going to become. And when he doesn't, play to that standard, he beats himself up. However, as I've gotten older and as Jabari's season has kind of progressed, when he has these low moments, he doesn't really beat himself up too much. He just kind of knows how to channel that energy now in a more positive direction. And I've kind of had to learn that too myself. So that's kind of why Jabari is my favorite. He's my favorite Rocket, man. I just see a lot of myself in him. But he's come a long way from barking at Jalen Green on the sideline, about to fight him in the middle of the game, about to fight your own teammate. Are you out of your mind? He came a long way from barking at Şengün, talking about, man, sit his ass down. Talking to Coach Siler, man, sit his ass down if he's not going to play defense. Boy, you the worst defender on the team. What do you mean? What are you talking about? This is me as a fan of Jabari saying that. That's what he looked like last season. But all of that has changed. You could say, some of that has to do with Coach Udoka, some of the veterans on the team, possibly so. But what I do know is a lot of these young men that grow up differently as people. They didn't all have the same path to the NBA. Amen Thompson with the OTE. Cam Whitmore actually has the most conventional way that most people come into the NBA now, which is one and done at a premier organization or a premier school. One and done, came out as a freshman to the NBA. We got Tari Eason, who came off the bench in college and still got drafted in the first round. But he was coming off the bench. But he was great off the bench. He was their best player. He was just coming off the bench. That's not too common, really. Another player that I remember getting drafted first round, hell in the lottery, coming off the bench was Devin Booker. He actually came off the bench. There's a few other guys too, but yeah, that's not a conventional path. Jalen Green, he obviously he was in the first G League Ignite class. I'm gonna do a video kind of about the G League Ignite players. I might wait till the summer to do that one though, cause I kind of need some more data points. You got Alperen Şengün, who came from Turkey. If you know anything about these overseas leagues, especially in Europe, hey, them guys get coached. They don't care nothing about who your family is. They don't care about none of the extra politics that goes into a lot of this NBA stuff. Say, man, you play where I say you're gonna play, whether you like it or not. If you don't like it, you don't get to play nowhere at all. Şengün is used to getting coached hard. That's why I think he's having the easiest adjustment of all the young guys to Ime Udoka, because he's used to that. That's the coaching style he came up with. And then you got Jabari, who, yeah, he did go the college route, one and done, but he wasn't even a highly touted recruit that much in high school. He sort of came out of nowhere, number one. Number two, got to remember, his daddy was an NBA player. His daddy played for the Kings. He was drafted in 2003, I believe, either 02 or 03. Yeah, Jabari Smith Sr. So we just got to remember that sometimes these guys are people, and they're going to grow up in the NBA at different rates, at different paces, different environments, kind of breed different results for different people. I don't think that really can be disputed. But I like the direction that all of these young guys are going. They're all going in a good direction. Everybody's trending upward right now at a pivotal point in the season. The turn of the calendar. All-Star break is going to be next month. Typically, Jalen Green in his first two seasons, he starts to play better around January, and we can see that bearing out right now too. But he really picks it up after All-Star game or All-Star break. We shall see what the rest of the season kind of beholds for the Rockets. The Rockets actually have a top 10 easiest schedule the rest of the way. And if you remember Coach Udoka as well, when he was with the Celtics, they went on that killer run when they went to the finals. When the calendar changed, they had the best record in the NBA from that January all the way up until the finals. So, he's cooking up a little bit of a stew right now. Some pieces, some of the meat might be slow cooked, some of the soup might be slow cooked, some of the veggies and all that might need to get grilled somewhere else. But when you put it all together with this nice little gumbo, it tastes right. Microwave gumbo don't taste like 6-hour gumbo from that pot, that old pot. Usually, if you ever see somebody make gumbo, they ain't no brand new pot they're using now. They're using an old pot to make a difference. But anyway, man, I'm gonna continue to do kind of videos like this as well, kind of down the line, kind of highlighting certain things I see about different players. I'm gonna still do some analysis videos here and there about where the team is, maybe where certain players are. I did a video already about Cam Whitmore and how he's utilizing his time in the rotation right now. Go on and check that out when you get a chance. Check that out right after this video. You got time. But yeah, man, go ahead and hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're feeling that content. And remember, this is the Rockets Propaganda Channel. I am your boy AK Infinity. Follow me on Twitter at AK Infinity _VVS. And we out.